once wrote an article that was entitled "It's Time to Fire HR," and I got a lot of crap for it. And another one is "Time to Blow Up HR," and I got even more crap for that one. But how well are we doing? So we can, who likes to admit they're not doing well? But we need an objective standard. What are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? And certainly there are some ways to gather that evidence. So my premise is we're not doing a very good job. We're not as effective as we need to be. But more importantly, we're not taking advantage of opportunities, our potential. If you look at overhead functions, so certainly overhead is you don't make the product, you don't sell the product, you don't manufacture the product. So finance, marketing, supply chain, all those are overhead functions. If you look at other functions like supply chain, it used to be some fat guy in a warehouse, a fat guy in a truck, and a lady in the purchasing office telling you it would take forever to get something. They were horrible. People hated them. But they've turned, using technology, using metrics, the only two things they've changed, they've turned into a profit center. So my goal is HR needs to become a profit center. It can learn from Six Sigma, it can learn from CRM, customer service, management. Other functions have moved to the forefront and they've become profit centers. So if you think HR can't be a profit center, you're making a mistake. One of the ways to get respect is to show your dollar impact. So one of the things we do is we talk about turnover, we talk about empowerment, we talk about engagement, but we don't convert what we do to dollars. So that's a mistake. Managers only have one thing they understand: dollars, money. So we need to convert all of HR to impact, dollar impact, not just cost, but dollar impact on revenue. So take forever to hire a pilot, but guess what? The plane won't fly, we won't get any revenue, it'll cost us. So one bank I worked with found it cost them literally $150,000 to be very slow at hiring loan officers. If they hired them 30 days faster at $5,000 revenue per day that they generated, it would make all this difference. So let's be dollar driven. Proactive, we wait. HR waits for the phone to call. What would be the correct thing would be go out, find problems, find opportunities. We own measurement, we certainly own performance appraisal, we own people management, but we don't have managers measured or rewarded on people management. That's something we're doing wrong. If anyone else owned HR, they would certainly highlight it as part of a manager's bonus. We underutilize metrics, we're not data driven, we're emotional driven, we manage with a heart. The right ways to manage, knowing what works, why it works, knowing the causes and the solutions that work. We're not integrated, we're one of the most siloed functions, so it turns out that benefits, even though benefits and compensation are often used in the same phrase, they're not even in the same building and they don't like each other and they don't communicate. We don't have any real strategy, so what's wrong with HR? We have no strategy. If you ask managers to name their HR strategy, only about 20% can, and most of them have no written strategy. They have a PowerPoint strategy, and they can't show how their strategy has changed and improved to make it superior to the competitors. Are there things wrong with HR? Hell yeah, there are lots of things wrong. And instead of sticking our head in the sand and saying, oh, everyone loves this, we need to say, no, we need to get better. So I used the model of a mobile phone. If this was a mobile phone I had in my hand, if it was a Nokia phone, it would be obsolete after 6 months. If it was an Intel chip, a chip made in January couldn't be given away in December. So at a speed of change of 50 to 100% a year, we need to be changing as fast as the product, as fast as customers, as fast as the global market. But in HR, we change at 2% or 3% or the speed of rock. So what's wrong with HR? We talk a big game, but we don't really change. We don't really contribute. We're not the leader of the ship. We're business partners, not leaders. We're reactive, not proactive.